Hello and good evening. It's come to my attention and a lot of other people's that Kanye West has dropped himself in it again. First of all, he decided to go on about Donald Trump, and now he said possibly the most stupidest thing I've ever heard him say, which was slavery is a choice. Let's watch the clip and talk about it.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race.
Oh my god. So when I seen that clip, I think we were all a bit just like,
what kind of shit is that?
And after that, a guy who was in the newsroom had a go at Kanye.
Do you feel that I'm feeling, do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that
is because Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me.
I mean, what is wrong with Kanye West? I mean, straight away people are automatically blaming it. That he's not on his meds. I mean, I don't know if he's on meds, I don't know if he's not, but people are saying he is on meds and that maybe he's not all there. Straight away we're trying to blame him for this comment, but it sounds the most bizarre comment for a black man to come out with. To be honest with you, if a comment like that was going to come out, I'd imagine it to be a white man to come out with a comment like that, not an actual black person whose family went through those terrible times through their lives. But Kanye West said it, which is weird. On British TV this morning, they asked will.i.am, who's in the studio, what he felt about these comments. Let's see what he said.
That broke my heart because I thought about my grandma, who was born in 1920, and her connection with her mom, who raised her, who was born in the late 1800s, and my grandmother's grandma, who was a slave. And when you're a slave, you're owned. You don't choose if you're owned. When you're a slave, you're deprived of education. That's not choice, that's by force. So, I understand the need to have free thought, but if your thoughts aren't researched, that is just going to hurt those that are still in conditions where it's not choice that when they go down the street, there's a liquor store and fast food restaurants, and your education is not being funded the same way it is in Calabasas. When governments are stifle and limit the amount of money that goes to Chicago, Watts, Bronx, Fifth Ward, Mississippi, East Los Angeles, where I'm from, right? I know because I've contributed to the ghetto that I come from, where I teach our kids robotics, computer science. If the zoning, added up to the point where our kids are getting a proper, investment for their education, I wouldn't have to raise money, use my own money for robotics programs and college preparation programs. So that statement was one of the most ignorant statements that anybody that came from the hood could ever say about their ancestors, that slavery is a choice. What are you talking about?
From that, will.i.am, very heartbroken by the looks of it. So this has been on all the main US media outlets. This is a clip I took.
So to be clear, and I can't believe that I actually need to say this, black and brown people who were enslaved for centuries had absolutely no choice. They weren't just mentally enslaved. This wasn't some kind of mind game. They were in real chains. Kanye has a lot more to say about this tonight. You don't want to miss it. We're going to get to that in just a few minutes. So, join me now is Ebro Darden, host of Ebro in the Morning on Hot 97. Thank you for.
Listen, man, you're my guy. I just want to say that I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah.
I want to say that you're my guy.
Thank
we
you.
love you, and we love how your afro has become more assertive as things have gotten crazier in the world.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that because
Yeah.
that's why I have you on, because I like your voice. I know that you've spoken to Kanye. You
Yeah.
know Kanye.
Yeah.
He's trying to clean it up on Twitter. Can I read this before you respond?
Absolutely. Here's
what he said. He said, "To make myself clear, of course I know that slaves did not get shackled and put on a boat by free will. My point is for us to have stayed in that position, even though the numbers were on our side, means that we were mentally enslaved." And then he added that the reason why I brought up the 400 years point is because we can't be mentally imprisoned for another 400 years. We need free thought now. Even the statement was an example of free thought. It was just an idea.
It was a bad thought. Your brain, Kanye, and your mouth are not working in concert, right? His thoughts are moving faster than his mouth, and he's embarrassing a lot of people, especially in hip-hop.
He's embarrassing himself, actually.
Yes.
Because he doesn't know history.
Yes.
He should.
He doesn't read.
He should read.
You know he's actually said out loud on several occasions that he doesn't read. He lives experience. He experiences life. And I think what we're seeing right now is a sad case of someone who isn't listening to people around him who are trying to tell him to just think first. He's not.
And he doesn't know what free thinking really is, because people are free to criticize him. And just because people feel a certain way about slavery and the African-American experience in this country, there's a reason why there's a consensus around that. It's because of facts. It's because of history. It's because people know what happened in the past and what effects that continues to have on people even in the present now. So it's not necessarily that it's not free thinking.
Don, you got it. I don't even know why I'm here. I'm just here because you're my guy.
Okay, all right.
I'm here
so
because you're my guy.
Listen,
and I also want to point out to everyone that is paying attention, remember that Kanye is also a part of a marketing machine, right? Which is the family and the team that he's around. I think this is spiraling out of control because he is not. Because he wants to think free, he's not filtering himself because that would be out of fear, and let's not do anything out of fear. And it's, once again, embarrassing himself.
And that, I think, proves Kanye West is all there, and he hasn't got a mental issue at all. He just doesn't know what he's saying. Well, he's managed to do what most white supremacists have been trying to do for years, and that is basically offend every black person going. Unfortunately, I don't think some people have any logic. Kanye West tweets so much endless crap that nobody can really take him seriously. I do like Kanye West's music. I just think he's a complete idiot. I've always thought he tweets a lot of rubbish, and obviously he's a massive fan of Donald Trump, and he's trying to say, we love Donald Trump, and also, he said at one point as well that, why do we not like Donald Trump? We used to love him in hip-hop. But, come on. People like the idea of Donald Trump. They don't necessarily like the idea on him being president. And also, black slavery, or any type of slavery, is not a choice. Hence the name slavery. Well, that was another edition of Average Dave. Thank you for watching. Please click subscribe or put a like on the video. And if you fancy watching one of my videos, it's either side of my head. Goodbye.